Before the solar eclipse is now just days away, and area schools are preparing their students to have a front row seat for what could be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Western Mass News reporter Olivia Hickey joins us live in studio with more. Olivia?
Chris, if there's anything educators want students to get out of this experience, it's a deeper appreciation for science. With the solar eclipse happening on Monday, school districts across Western Mass are preparing their students.
This is called a pinhole viewer, and so some classrooms, we provided instructions to the teachers. We'll create these and kids can use them and safely view the eclipse with things that they have at home.
Throughout Westfield Public Schools, teachers have received resources ranging from directions on how to create a pinhole viewer, reading materials, maps, and more. Some of the masterminds behind it are Westfield Public Schools' Lauren Cadigan and Lindsay Ayers.
I think students are more excited about learning when they can see something in real life. We're excited about that real life experience for sure.
But preparations for the eclipse are extending outside of the classroom too. Across the district, after-school sports practices and games have been canceled, so students can take in the eclipse. Meantime, at East Hampton Public Schools, their pre-planned half-day for teacher professional development on Monday was moved, so students will have a full day of classes. Also, after-school activities are canceled, and high school game start times have been delayed or rescheduled. Of course, to view the eclipse, you need the right lens to protect your eyes. Elementary school students were given eclipse viewing glasses, but teachers throughout the district had the chance to request them. We're told the demand was so high that by Monday, the district plans to order and distribute nearly 3,900 pairs. About 2,500 pairs were donations from UMass Amherst.
I hope we inspire the next generation of scientists. As always, we try to create a space where all kids, if they want to be, can be successful in STEM.
But the learning doesn't stop when the final bell rings, Chris. I'm told some teachers are hosting watch parties with students so they can take in the solar show together. Now, if you want to view the eclipse, Western Mass News will be giving away these lovely eclipse viewing glasses for free tomorrow at our studio at MGM Springfield. They will allow you to view the eclipse safely and in style. As you can see, they are white, they have our logo, and when you put them on, they black out everything so you can't see anything, so you know they're working great. Now, I can't read the prompter anymore, Chris, so I'm going to send it back to you. Olivia Hickey for Western Mass News.
All right, Olivia, you can safely watch the eclipse in those glasses for sure.